may record. Whew, I never remember to do that. But I see you guys. I see the hustle. I really just, we have a couple days left of the month. I know people are just running. Yeah, people are coming in, just running for goals and just not giving up. And I feel like the drop yesterday was incredible. I've heard from a bunch of y'all that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm resetting. I'm doing more. I'm going for more than I was. This is amazing. I really want to hit this. And the excitement is just like, I feel like it's just electric right now. It's so, our team is on fire. It is just electrifying. And I wanted to get, some of y'all are brand new this month. Some of y'all haven't gotten to hear from Jenn and from Ken. And I appreciate you guys so much and the hustle that you have put in just from like day one, like jumping in and immediately seeing the vision and really just running with it. And I asked, Jenn said, what can we do? I see all these people too. Like, this is incredible, y'all's team. And so I'm just pumped to have her jump on here. She's on her way to Ken's, which is amazing, to do more for us, for our tech, for just things that we've kind of asked from the field to be done. And so on the weekend, she's driving there and was like, yes, I totally want to jump on and really pour into this group of people that are just truly crushing it. And it's amazing. And just kind of give some encouragement and to keep on. Jenn built in pre-launch, and when I got to have dinner with her out at corporate, it was just so inspiring to me to hear what that means for our future. Like, what is it to be a part of a pre-launch and this early on in the company? So I know y'all hear from me all the time, so I'm going to stop talking right now. And I'm going to turn it over to Jenn, and you can take it away.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Courtney. Hi, everyone. I wish I could see all your smiling faces, because I'm sure you guys have amazing smiles, because that's just how you guys roll. But I'm dialed in, so I don't see your faces. But thank you, Courtney, for having me on. And honestly, guys, like, we're watching you. Like, this team right here, this call, when Courtney and I were talking about putting this call together, and we're watching what you guys are doing, and it's blowing our minds. And I say our because the second that Courtney and I thought to do this call, and we were so excited about it, I was like, that's it. We have to pull in Ken for this call. So if you guys don't know, I can't tell if you can see him or not, but I know that Ken is on as well. And, if you're brand new, Ken and I are the co-founders of Savvy, and just unified together in heart and soul and everything to create a platform for you guys. So I want to share a little bit, and then I want you guys to hear from Ken, because this is something extremely special and rare and unique that we have our hands on. And there's 1,000,005 reasons why. And it's no coincidence that you're here, that you're on this team, that you're on this call, and that we're having this conversation right now. Because what you're about to do here in this company, I feel that you guys were made for this. I feel I was made for this. I feel every step I've taken in my life has led me to this place. And I feel that for you all. Whatever's happened in your past, what you've done, the experience you have, the things you've been through, you're here now. And you're in a safe place. You're in a company, and we'll talk about pre-launch, but you're in a company that's just getting started, that has no barriers. There's no doubt. There's no barriers. There is nothing that can stop us from creating what it actually is already created in our hearts. Now we just need to show up. But if you ask Ken and I, we're going to say it's already done, right? We are a multi-billion-dollar brand around the globe. And that's what we get to experience the story of together unfolding. People don't get this opportunity in their life. They don't. They don't get an opportunity to partner with a company who loves them more than they'll ever know. And I mean that. Like, Courtney and I are close, and And she knows I love her, but she has no idea how much. She truly doesn't. I know she doesn't, because it's so deep. Like, your names are ingrained in Ken in my heart. And we look at our sole purpose as being here to create this platform to bless lives. And to watch you recognize that and to run the way you guys are running is the ultimate gift back to us. It is the ultimate gift. There's nothing more than us seeing you guys recognize what we're pouring our heart into for you guys. And we have something unique, and it would not exist without you. You, like, each and every one of you is here for a reason. And together, as the story unfolds, we're making history. So I'm just so honored that Courtney asked me to come on this call, and I was so excited to hop on here and connect with you guys. And, you know, with us, we have Ken on the line. I just want to share something about this gentleman, because we're going to talk about pre-launch. And I really want to dive into pre-launch a little bit here. And I've been in a company during pre-launch, and it was incredible. But the level that Ken has been in a company at pre-launch 2 times over, and what he still receives today because of that, I want you to understand the bigness of that. And when you couple that with the fact that you have 2 individuals that are leading the ship here of Savvy and are creating something with your names ingrained in our hearts, that's just like this magical foundation that is unstoppable, that is untouchable, that is solid, and is your home. And just the word safe keeps coming up to me, because you're safe here. Like, you know, you'll always hear me say, we have your back. We love you. You'll hear Ken say those things. But guys, we don't say them lightly. Like, we mean them so hard, and we're protective of that. And we'll never stop until, actually, we never will stop, period. But we'll never stop, right? Until we get each and every goal that we've set forth for you guys and what we know you have in your heart. So Ken, if you guys don't know this gentleman, I think most of you do by now from where you are in the company. But what you may not know about him is, yes, he's been successful in this industry. Yes, he's you know, done things that you can count on one hand how many people have done, right? This man is the most generous, loving, caring, sensitive, aware, intuitive person, ethical person that I know in my entire life. And when I partnered with Ken, right away I saw I'm going to make up a word, unstoppableness of what we were about to create, the unstoppableness of it. Because I knew when the hearts are aligned and the intentions aligned, and you have the clean hands and the clean heart and the purity of what we're creating and just moving, it is fast and it's magical. And I can't even imagine, I would not be able to do what we're doing here with Savvy with anyone else in this entire universe. So Ken, I want you to share with these amazing, amazing ladies, this amazing team here with Courtney, about anything you want, of course. But I want them to understand from your mind and your heart, of course, pre-launch. And I'm going to hand it over to you, Ken.
Gosh, thanks, Jen. I just love that girl so much. And, you know, Courtney's the same way. We get to know each other and you love each other. And I think most of the time, when the more you get to know somebody, the more you love them, right? And so you get through the end of a big journey together, and we've got common experiences together. We've had, like, you know, we've lived in foxholes, we've ran from the enemy, we've done all kinds of crazy things together, and you find that actually you're connected just like that. And it's not temporary, it's permanent. So thanks, Jen. Jen is, I have to say, you know, when I think of Savvy, I can't imagine Savvy without Jen. Jen is the heartbeat of the company. She's such a strong, powerful woman. And, you know, I've done a lot of fortunate things in my life, but you know what? I have to grab Jen's hand, and because she runs faster than I do. She's fast. She's smart, and she's freaking fast. And it's fun to be teamed up with someone like Jen, because I trust her, and she's smart, and she's one of the, I tell more people this than any you imagine. She's one of the few people I've ever met in my life that can see from 30,000 feet. She can look down and she can see a vision and a picture that doesn't exist. She can look at raw farmland you know, I'm a farmer, so all my examples are farmers. I use people. She can look at raw farmland and she can picture where the skyscraper is, right? And she can picture all of that little stuff. And then she sits down and says, okay, let's start digging trenches. I mean, really not just see the high view, but the lowest view, the lowest detail of work. And, you know, that gives me tremendous confidence, because in the end, something big starts with something small, right? You do little things right. And if you fail, you do them right the next time. And if you fail, you do them right the next time. And I've always found that success is really just, it's super easy. I always think of, you make a plan, and then you execute the plan, and then you review the plan, and then you make a better plan, and then you repeat. And if you think about that really for a moment, that's really profound, because it's impossible to fail at anything if you do that over and over and over and over. And Jenn does that daily, and then she does it weekly, and then she does it monthly. So everything inside Savvy has no potential to get worse, only move forward better. And that's how you build a brand step by step. I'll tell you a couple things yesterday. This is, you know, as much fun as you're having, we're having the same amount of fun, right? We're working 18-hour days. We're going to bed like thinking, oh my gosh, got 70 things to do tomorrow. And we're running really hard. I've been fortunate to be here kind of twice in my life. This is actually the third time. And twice I was been a part of a startup movement that was just brand new. They were concept companies. They weren't real companies at the time. We were talking about ideas and concepts and what could be. And we went out to recruit people, not on what was at the time, because what was nothing, but what we believed it was going to be. That's what we recruited on, right? So the best way to recruit is, yes, it's great now, but the truth is you recruit on future. Everything works on hope of the future, right? It's going to get better. It's going to get better. I look at our society today, and it's so sad, because everybody's got in their hearts like, oh my gosh, it's terrible and it's going to get worse. And that's the operating system they're operating on day in and day out. And I go, gosh, that's so depressing. At Savvy, we don't have that mindset. At Savvy, our mindset is great, but it's going to get a lot better. It's going to keep getting great. And a lot of that has to do with the community you're in. And I love a like-minded community that can, you know, set aside the distractions and the naysayers and all of those kind of things, and focus on the like-minded people and say, you know what? Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. And that's what we found, is a community of people like you that say, I can do that. Let me tell you what happened to me. Savvy exists because I was part of an early stage company. And they go, how's that be? Well, because almost 20 some odd years ago, I was one of the early distributors in a company. And being early in that company, you think about this just for a moment. It's just a simple little concept people don't understand. There's companies in our business that have been around for 20 years. They're already big. And if you join those companies and you work your heart out, you're going to be able to grow a small team, and you'll be make a little bit of income. But what you won't be able to do is compound your growth, you know, around the world. And when you're in a startup company, you know, a rising tide lifts all ships. So if you look at a company and say, okay, this company was, you know, 8 million, and then 9 years later, they were like 9 million. Your business to grow much faster than the general trend of the company is not super easy. Now, some people do it, but generally your business, your opportunity follows the trending of the company. And as you look at a small company, an early stage company, it's really simple and easy. If the company's got a system, go to 2 million to 4 million. It's less easy to go from 2 billion to 4 billion. You see what I'm saying? We're in a stage where momentum carries so much. It's exciting. Growth is happening all around us. You're going to find people on this. I'm telling you what you're going to find, even if you can't see it now, because I've lived it twice. You're going to find that you're going to recruit your sister, your cousin, your neighbor, your friend, whatever else like that. And you have a little bit of a vision for them. Some of the people you had the most hope in did the least. And some of the people you had the least hope in did the most. So I say, talk to everybody. You never know who's going to jump out and just grab this thing by the horns and say, I need this in my life right now. Talk to everybody, and talk to them with urgency, because the most important thing to you in this business right now when we're young is you want time for whatever you bring into this business to compound and grow, right? And that's a matter of time. And so, you know, if you look at Courtney, I don't know how many people you got on her team, but thousands in a short period of time. Thousands in a short period of time turns into 10,000s. and then 50,000s, and then 100,000s, and 200,000s in 30 countries around the world. That's what happened to me twice. And I will tell you what's amazing. Both of the times I went to work in these early stage companies, it didn't look like, it was so difficult to see it because they had problems and they had challenges. And yeah, we were like on fire and excited, but we couldn't see where they were going. And I look back now, now that I got the benefit of hindsight, and I see the fact that when those companies started, I had this, it was a little naive, but my naivety was actually a blessing to me because I believed so much that I couldn't see all the negative things that I'd present this to people. And I was always shocked when I show people these previous opportunities and they couldn't see it, or else they could see 12 risk points or 7 reasons not to do it. And I couldn't see any of that. I was just freaking excited and I believed I was full in. So I acted as if I had no doubts and I was all belief. I also believed that I had an urgency that like almost caused me to panic because I recognized that period of time. I always go back to the same example, you know, it's like I imagine, you know, the pioneers, I live in Utah, so it was just raw desert, and pioneers come across a plain and they're all coming out here in like big old hordes of wagon trains. They get out here and they look at all this land and it's wide open. And some people, they could all stake claims as big as they want. And some people get out here and stake, okay, I'll take this 1/2 acre. And other people are like, heck no, man, I'm going to go out and stake this 1,000-acre tract. And a little bit, that's what we're doing right now. You get to decide how big of a tract of land you're going to stake. And you're not going to be able to do that forever because as long as when people come, there'll always be opportunity. I mean, there's still people buying, you know what, 180, 200 years later, there's still people buying land in Salt Lake saying, okay, I'm spending $250,000 on this lot, and they hold it a year later and they sell it for 310. But what they don't realize is there's some people that had massive tracts, and there's families with generations of children that sold their 2,000 acres and subdivided it 400 times, and they all became wealthy beyond your imagination. And so I know this is an interesting time because everybody comes with a different mindset. Some people think, man, if I could just make $500 a month. And I think that's a great way to think. We'll provide millions of people with that extra $500 a month. Believe me, we will. But in this pre-launch, whatever your dreams are, whatever your vision is, grow it bigger. Grow it bigger and faster, because now is a time to stake your claim, to step up there and recruit this. When you're terrified to call somebody, call them. You jump right on the phone with them, plant a seed, call them right now. I tell you, we have an opportunity ahead of us. I was talking yesterday, and I hung up the phone yesterday with a gentleman. I won't tell you who it is, but the guy is insanely, he's like top of his class in Stanford a long time ago. Since then, he's connected with all the Silicon Valley, all of the venture capitalists, and all of the, just a big moneyed part of the country. Guy has his fingers in like 25 companies. He's a very, very, very wealthy man. And I've spoken to him a number of times about this company. And he's always kind of reserved. He's like, oh, that sounds great. Yeah, there's an opportunity there, and just kind of calm. And yesterday, he says, I'm going to be in Salt Lake for the Memorial Day weekend. And I says, well, you ought to go to our live. And so he went in and he sat in the live and just sat back and watched. And when that live, and he spent some time with Jenn after, at the end of that live, he called me on the phone for 20 minutes. That guy freaking went nuts. His voice was elevated. He was talking fast like crazy. He was like so much, he's whatever you guys are thinking, you guys are going to be a lot bigger than you think. It's not going to be crazy. I'm going to free up some of my time. I'm going to figure out a way. I'm just sitting there going, I couldn't talk. But he's a smart guy that not just sees the tops of the line of a business, but he sees the underneath, the levels that keep going deep into a deep foundation that can really grow a gigantic tree. Right? And he sees the foundations and the material facts within the company as something the world hasn't quite seen before. And he says, what, I think Jenn made the mistake. He says, we're going to be $1 billion company. And he called me up after and he said, Jenn's thinking big, but you're going to be multiple $1 billion company. And hearing a guy like that, when you tell a guy like that, you're going to be $1 billion brand, 99% of the time he laughs you off, says, yeah, that would be nice if you could be a tiny company, but you'll never be a big company. You guys are going to be a big company. And we've got tech that's coming soon. That's I'm super excited for. We have, we haven't introduced a customer program yet. and we're going to. And when those things happen, what you guys are building going to go boom. So I just want you to know I'm like the guy that talked to me after he hung up. I looked at my arms. I had like goosebumps. My hair was standing on its end. And you know what? Every week I have goosebumps. Every week I get a call with you guys, goosebumps. A new amazing leader comes in, goosebumps. Somebody goes director, they go whatever, I get goosebumps, because in the end, I'll tell you what I want. I love a big company. I say billion-dollar company, but when I say billion-dollar company, truth is, for me, it's not representing dollars. When I say billion-dollar company, it represents lives impacted. You know, it represents people whose lives have become better because of the work we're all doing. People who had went to bed at night, you know, with a tear, or woke up with a little bit of fear against the day. People couldn't figure out how to pay their bills. People loved their kids and couldn't figure out how to get them, you know, like all the neighbors, into dance class or into whatever it might be. You know, most people, crazy it is, you guys, even in this country, most people go to bed a little bit of anxiety over their finances. And to be able to step into that and provide them a way to be with their family, and to provide an income that's, whether it's little or big, that takes pressure off their life, adds quality of life, and allows them to be themselves more than they are. To me, that's absolutely priceless. And yes, I love fashion. I'm not fashionable, but I love fashion. I love our clothes. I love that, you know, we're not satisfied with where our clothes are. You know, we have a higher place that we're going after, and we'll get it. Our consistency, our sizing, all of the things right now, I look at and say, okay, they're okay, but they're not really very good, and we got to dial them in. All of those things we're working on. We've got strategies for plans. We'll get there. Believe me, we'll get there. That's not even a stress point in my day. I just want you to know that I'm thankful for each one of you, and I would encourage you to run. I mean, in 6 months, take time off. Another piece of advice I have, tell people, don't look at your paychecks, because a lot of people see their paychecks. This business is actually designed to start slow, despite what Courtney's experience is. You know, it's usually a business. I mean, most people don't have amazing women like you on, you know, when I built my business that turned into an amazing amount, you know, after 6 months, I was making like $300 a month. And what I learned is, don't look at your check, just do the work. Keep your vision in mind, do the work, do the work, do the work, do the work. And after a year or so, then, okay, look at your check. Because a lot of people do a little bit of work, look at their check, because that's what their jobs are like, right? I work an hour, I get paid for an hour. Work an hour, get paid for an hour. This business isn't like that. This is seed planting and foundation setting. And that's what this time is. Right now, pre-launch is the foundation setting that will decide how big of a house you get to put on that foundation. So my encouragement would be, you know, go to bed late, get up early, get your, I'm looking and I see all women on here, get your husbands to help you, get your boyfriends to help you, get your mom and dad to help you, get your kids to help you, because mom's got a job to do right now, and hustle. And it'll reward you and bless you for a long time to come. So I just want to let you all know, I got that same thing going on all day long. We got something here. And I've been fortunately, because this will be the third time in my life, but I'm telling you, most people don't even get one of these opportunities. Most people in life will come and go, and they never find themselves in the position with the right mindset and the right heart to attack it. So you guys are a community that loves you. I know y'all love each other. You got great leadership. You know, you have each other's backs in mind. I love more than anything that, you know, when you sit back and you look at each other's team, and you find yourself dreaming and thinking about each other's goals and how do I help this amazing community, and you focus on serving each other as the company grows, you guys, there's no limit. There's just no limit. And so it's going to be an exciting 5 years. I will tell you that. It'll be a global plan. So go ahead and, you know, call that person you're terrified to call. I would recommend, like, you know, by 2 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock our time, that's an hour, that maybe you each have a new person that you've spoken to, or 2 or 5. And so that'd be my recommendations. I just want you to know I love you all. Congratulations to you, Courtney. Jen, I love the heck out of you. This company, wouldn't be this company without Jenn, no question about it. If people say, well, I'm the CEO and Jenn's a VP of sales, and I look at it, are you freaking kidding me? It's like, I got the title, but Jenn's a superstar. And so I always point to Jenn and say, they say, look at you guys growing. I said, yeah, it's Jenn. And then Jenn turns around and says, no, it's Courtney. And then Courtney says, no. And then she starts pointing to her teammates. And I absolutely love an environment where nobody feels the need to take the credit, right? Because we're all in it together. Nobody's more important than the other. And it's about blessing each other's lives. And I think if we can have that servant-based leadership with each other, the world needs something like this right now. They need the positivity in their lives. So anyway, love you guys. Thanks for like enduring me talking too much. And I just appreciate everything about you and look forward to doing something killer.
Oh my gosh, Ken, I love that so much. And I've heard that story that you talk about going out west to the land. And I remember the first time I heard it and it just like clicked with me. And I was like, oh, that is so true. That is exactly. And they didn't know what was coming and they didn't know what was, you just like unapologetically like share so excited and like claim that land. I love that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being on here. And I do have one quick question if you don't mind. I think a lot of these leaders on here have been with other different companies in general. And to me, there's just this huge magic. You have seen it. I think a lot too haven't had any experience in this industry. And I feel as though, and maybe it's just me believing this because like the savvy magic that I feel in the electricity, but do you feel that same, like this is like a unicorn company, you know, just kind of an industry disruptor and just truly kind of capturing the attention from so many different levels, I think.
Courtney, I absolutely do. Because, you know, people ask me, well, what's going on inside the company? I say, well, yeah, it's not an accident. You know, we've been in the business a long time. And if you start looking, almost every company kind of looks mostly the same. You know, they've got skincare. They all add the same products. They all have the same thing. And here's some, you know, most people look the wrong places to see if you can be a big company. The place you need to look is at the very smallest little thing. And it comes down to this. When I was, for 30 years, I've been selling all kinds of consumable products. I have to go quote unquote consumable because, you know, yes, vitamins you take every month, skincare, the bottle runs out, right? But I never had anyone in all my years run out their mailbox, you know, grab the package, bring it inside, take pictures of the stinking package, go in the back room and put it on and then rub it and then take pictures of themselves going, this feels so good. Instant benefit, instantly. And most other products are kind of a little fear-based product, right? If you don't take this vitamin, you're going to die early or something like that, right? If you don't put this wrinkle cream on, you're going to get wrinkles and be ugly before you should. And there's just a little bit of something that's got a little negative marketing to it. And what happens in clothes that I love so much is it's instant benefit. Here's the real secret about building a big business, you guys. This direct selling secret is this. It's not how many you recruit, it's how many you retain. And the thing about most direct sales is the big secret in the industry is most companies, the retention rate, I don't care, pills, powders, drinks, lotions, potions, whatever it is, the retention rate. So somebody gets on a product, gets on an auto ship, most of them don't use it 3 months in a row. Most of them are gone before the 3rd month. And why are they gone? Because they didn't use the product. They didn't find the instant benefit. They didn't quite like it. They were trying it, but they just, and so what happens, there's a little disconnect. If they don't love the product, they always quit. You always go, man, I'd rather have that $100 and spend it on something I actually do like, or spend it on my car payment that brings me pressure. And so unless the consumer feels instant value from spending the money, then there's no such thing as consumable, right? How's a vitamin consumable if they only use it for a month and a half? And so people say to us, but clothes aren't consumable. I'm going, okay, let me help you understand some things. You know, you look inside the company and people are buying month after month after month after month, and they're buying way more than any compensation plan would say they need to buy. They're pulling over the side of the road to watch, you know, Fashion Fridays. I get posts every week of like 30 people in a house and Fashion Friday on the big TV and wine and cheese going on. They're all watching Fashion Friday together. It's fun and they love the product and it makes them feel good. And if you have something like that with one other component, and here's what it is, it's easy to share. A vitamin, even if you find benefit, it's difficult. How do you approach somebody on that? Do you weight loss? How do you approach somebody? The approach, the ease of approach, there's two secret weapons: the ease of approach and how much they value the product. And if the approach is easy and you think, what's more easy than wearing something and have someone, that's cute, or what's that logo? When you wear something, it is instantly a conversation starter. You take that plus the fact when our clients get our product, you know, it's a ridiculous amount. I mean, the retention rate for a lot of nutrition and vitamins companies is like 6, 7, 8%. You know, it's like 1 out of 12 people 4 months later using the product. And so it's not just that we're recruiting well, that you're doing that work. It's that people coming in, they're having fun and they're liking the product and they're parting voluntarily with their money because they're finding more joy spending their money here than other places. That's our magic. And if you really look at it, you look at any direct sales or any legitimate opportunity, you're going to come down and say, if that foundation is true, and by the way, you're going to have to look really long and hard throughout all direct selling companies I know to find where those things are actually true statements. And if those things are true, you got a global brand coming. And it's just a matter of executing and you know, delivering. And so we're, truth, that's our magic. This is fun. People like the products. It's easy to share. Oh, and it works from a monetary standpoint too. So, you know, you get those things together and it goes big. And that's, you guys are kind of experiencing what feels like magic, and it is magic, but it's the science behind the way we're marketing and creating our product feels like magic, right? It feels like I'd always go to Lucky Charms and always pick out like the rainbows, you know, and they were magically delicious to me. And basically we're like a rainbow in a box of like Lucky Charms, right? So anyway, I hope you all recognize on the deeper level, besides this is fun and something's working and this is magic, know that it's actually been designed to do so by intent and a recognition that there's potential to create something that hasn't been done before that's a lot easier and simpler than our predecessor companies have been. So anyway, it's super fun. And I hope you all recognize when people say it's not consumable, you guys need to set them straight.
Yeah.
It's very
for sure. One other question that popped up was wondering where you were when you had the idea of Savvy, or when you like.
Well, I would say, you know, had the idea, wasn't quite how it came about. It was, you know, Epiphany was a brand that I was an investor in and it was failing. And so we stepped into that and looked at it and says, oh my gosh, it's going to, we weren't there. We basically took the company over from the people that were running it as just investors, an investor group. So we took it over, looked at the business model, says, there's no way that's going to work. You know, the clothes aren't going to work. The business model is going to work. There's no way that can succeed. And so we basically took the company over and says, okay, we have to sit down and just brainstorm a better path, right? And that wasn't a moment, that was months and months, a little piece at a time, where, you know, all of a sudden this idea pops in your head, go, man, that would be cool. Well, yeah, but if you do that, it doesn't work on this. So it's just literally, it's been, you know, I would say most of it came together. We took over Epiphany in, I think it was like July, and for the next 3 months we were just scrambling. And then after 3 months, we're like, okay, we're going to start invest a lot of money. Let's recreate the brand. So we started, you know, and then with Jenn, we've just, I can't tell you how many hundreds of hours Jenn has spent, you know, and her and Jenn just brainstorming back and forth and back and forth. And how could we do that better? How could we do that better? This has never been done. What if we could do that? And so I can't say it was an event. It was more of a process. And I still think there's a lot of ideas we haven't thought of that'll make it better. So some of those will probably come from you. You know, as you look at it and go, hey, wouldn't it be cool if this or that? And we'll look at it and go, yeah, is there a way to fit that in? So it's just been an evolution of thought that's kind of worked together out of necessity, right? Invention is mother of necessity. And if Tiffany wasn't such a terrible company we had to take over, then Savvy wouldn't be here today, you know? And when I have to tell you, when I took over Tiffany, there's no part of me that was excited to be there. I was like, oh my gosh, what a mess this is. I wish this wasn't my life. I got to clean it up. And so, you know, that necessity of being in here and saying, okay, this forced me to refocus from everything else in my life that I was doing and just dial in our focus here. And so when met Jen, and you just find the two of us collaborate insanely well together. And so we just worked hard and said, okay, let's launch it in January, knowing that we're 100 miles from perfect, but you can never wait till you're perfect or you never start. And so that's one thing we appreciate about each of you so much, because we're not perfect, but we can see greatness from where we're at, and to trust us and jump in, you know, amidst all the problems and all those things, and have the heart and mindset to like not focus on problems, because, you know, that's the natural human way, is to focus on the negative. And a real leader can come and see the future. They see past the negatives, see around them, through them, under them. They can see what can be. And they see it not just an opportunity, but they see it in people as well. You know, you take a person, you don't see them for what they are. If we're all seen for what we are, we're all going to be found lacking, because we're all great potential machines. And if you can step into virtually any person's life and lift them, give them grace, see the greatness in them, sometimes that they can't themselves see, and you can pour into that and lift them, you create something that's, it brings me to tears. I mean, lifting people is the most satisfying work you'll ever do in your stinking life. And Leggings and Savvy is just an opportunity with a product to do just that, right? The product brings us together. It gives us a reason to talk and visit. But in the end of the day, you guys are going to look back after all said and done. Yes, you maybe have a bigger house, or maybe you have less financial stress, whatever, and you're going to think that's a blessing. But you're really going to lay down, what you're going to say is, you know, the journey was insane, incredible, and fun, and the people I met and inspired along the way, and my new group of friends, is really where my true joy comes in this process. And so, you know, I hope y'all enjoy the moment and enjoy each other and enjoy lifting each other. I really do. I don't know most of you, but I do know one thing. Each one of you really were born to be great. You got, as great as things are, they can even be better. And if we can bring that out of each other, I'm telling you, and that's our biggest job, is to take that and find what's inspiring in each person, because they've all got something. It's not the same. We're all different, and thank goodness we are. And look inside of them and find that little nugget in them, because sometimes they don't know it themselves. So help find that nugget, reach down deep into them, love them enough to pull that thing out and shine it in their face. Say, look what you got. You're amazing. And, you know, Savvy's designed to do that. Funny what yoga pants can do.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's amazing. It's so true though. Like there's no better feeling to me in the world than service, or watching, like being able to watch other people rise into their potential.
Yeah. And you know, I see you're insanely excited about this Wells project.
Yeah.
And you know what you're going to find is that, you know, that's actually not going to enrich your bank account. That's going to like take money out of your bank account, but it's going to add heartfelt joy and satisfaction that can't be found with money in your bank account. And so I'm telling you, just, this is an opportunity. You can't give what you don't have. And, you know, a lot of people say, you're just chasing money. I said, well, okay, but money by itself means nothing. But what you can do with that, the enabling power it gives you to make a difference, where it does your heart good, where the both giver and receiver feel a gift, is that's reason to work your butt off day and night. You know, it is. And so here we are. That's I'm working. Ken, why are you still working? I said, because what else would I freaking do? I mean, nothing else satisfies, but this satisfies. And so I feel like this journey we're on, we're co-creating together as partners, is it's priceless, and it's worth chasing. And don't let anybody else diminish that, because you see things that others don't. And it's your opportunity help them see what you see and feel what you feel. And some will, some won't, but focus on those that will. And then let's just grow a massive party together, and just love up on each other for the next forever.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's amazing. Yeah. And yes, about the wells for sure. And we are like close to locking in advanced director, which would be insane after like, that's nuts. But I was like, I haven't even thought about that bonus, how much I can give to like, but the whole opportunity of like what this can be to be able to, and I think to me, that's the biggest part. And Ken, you touched on it, like not the monetary stance, but the fact that we are in this company so early at a chance to change so many lives. Like Ken said, millions of people will be making $500 a month, which can change somebody's life for real. Millions. And at this point, like the urgency to get out there and share with as many people every day as possible to be a part of that ripple effect is just incredible to know that that's like where we're at and what the future of you personally will have the opportunity to share something, like have a team of hundreds of thousands and change lives. That's crazy to me.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Well, it's super fun, each one of you guys. Thank you it's Saturday and you're listening to us. There's got to be like Saturday cartoons or something that would be like more entertaining than me. So thank you. Thank you guys.
Hustlers, Ken. These girls are all running for goals month end and they're incredible. And you pouring into us on a Saturday is amazing and so meaningful. And we do need to get you a Savvy shirt.
We don't have a men's Savvy shirt. What's that all about?
You can just make one so that you can be in it on all these calls.
I have no idea how envious I am, right? I'm like, I'm doing selfies, but I'm covering up the Nike. I'm like, it's like now it's like, can we someday get men's, please?
Right.
Jenn, please. Someday. Anyway, thank you guys. Thanks so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being on here. And Jenn, do you have anything else to add in? I think she's driving. I don't even know if she's there, but
I don't know if you can even hear or not, but
no, anyway. I know, and she's on her way to you, which is so fun that y'all will be together with all a gazillion things come out when that happens.
You're the best. All right, see you guys.
Okay, bye, Ken.
Love y'all. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all hang for just a minute on, there's Jenn back. Are you there, Jenn? Maybe she's there. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for popping on here at in the middle of a Saturday. And I hope that leaves you super inspired, super excited, and ready to go out there and truly share and hit the goals that you have for yourselves. And just end as I feel like even if you have hit the goal that you had set for yourself, I think that pushing as hard as you possibly can at the end of the day, getting into that mentality of how far can you take it? What volume? Look at your volume today and say, I want to hit this. And if you double, that's basically what you're doing in sales. So that's always fun to know. Like, hey, my team did 12,000, 15,000, 20,000 in sales in our first full month. Or, I think, and that's the numbers that you guys are pulling, and that's insane. And then even further, but I think truly just keep going, because the more people, like he said, the urgency, the land, go claim as much land as you possibly can. And every single day, I know I had a conversation with my family, obviously still here, where I'm like, yeah, we're at the beach, go take the kids all day so that I can work. But I definitely, and the kids are pumped about it, you guys. They are excited to see the different, to see what's going on. And I was joking on a call earlier today, but I grew up Quaker, and so everything is very simplistic and stuff. And we're down in Florida, and we're at I was like, okay guys, we splurged on the nicest room we've stayed in, and it's the Courtyard Marriott, and it's the executive suite that I paid $25 extra for, and it's got the double room, the couch in the other room. And the kids walked in, y'all, and they were like, oh my gosh, Mom, you're doing Savvy forever. This is amazing. I can't believe that we are here and this is it. And the excitement level of those kids just made everything so worth it. Like, they will cheer me on. And if you have those conversations, I think they're going to get behind it too. And it's really exciting when you as a family are all working towards the goals. So I think that that's something else.
Courtney,
Yep.
Can you hear me now, Courtney?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Can I just share something really fast?
Yes, sorry. I just started talking.
Okay.
I was like,
No, it's okay. I've heard you guys the whole time, and I was trying to unmute with my star 6 thing, and it just wasn't working. But I just wanted to say what you just shared about your kids, and and Ken shared about the kids supporting you and the husband supporting you. You know what's so amazing is I love that your kids are going to see what you do with good, like how you're going to serve and how you're going to help and how you're going to touch lives. And it's so much more than having a job and making money. Like you could in anywhere in life, you can have a job and make some money, right? But what you're doing is empowering so many other people, getting rewarded for that, and then doing more good with it. So I love your heart, Courtney. I just want to take a second with the project you're working on and everything that you're doing to give back to the community and make a difference in the lives of others is so inspiring and aligned with who we are at Savvy. And I just super respect that about you. And I just wanted to, give you a shout out for that. And then there's one other thing I want to share to piggyback off of what. What was that?
I said, share as much as you want. We love having you on here to share.
Oh,
and thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well, I wanted to piggyback off of one thing that Ken shared about pre-launch and what to do, and to, like you said, get up and run hard. Seize this moment. Guys, I see people, I watch the volume, I look at the numbers, and I see people that joined at the same time, and some saw it, and some were like, I'm going to take it slow. And I saw the difference, and it's night and day. And all it was a decision. All it is a decision, right? You're going to work hard anyway. You're going to work hard at something, right? Hard work isn't depressive, or it isn't a bad thing. I work hard, but I've never had so much fun in my life, right? So what I wanted to share is, yes, work hard, take advantage of this time. Don't let it pass you by, and do it with fun. And I have my little 3-step formula that I just want to share with you guys. And that's number 1, set your intention. Decide what you're going to do. Decide, where you want to be. Decide what rank you want to hit. And, don't get too caught up on the rank. All it is setting a timeline to a goal. That's all it is. Almost think of it like a game, right? Like at anything we do in life, you have a destination, right? The journey is the joy of it, but you still have a destination, a place you're going to, and the intention and the goal that you set is just to prove that you can do it. And that's the joy of it. So set your intention with where you want to be, and where you want to be this month. Take advantage of this opportunity we have right now in our hands with Savvy. And once you've done that, once you've actually had that intention in, just have fun and take action. And whether it happens this month or this week or next week or the following week is irrelevant. It's the journey. Just decide and have fun. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, you'll get there. So I just wanted to really bring it back to you, Courtney, not only your servant heart and your servant leadership, but how much fun you're having. That is an inspiration, and that is a role model to so many other leaders in this company, because it is fun.
Oh, thanks. It is fun. I can't wait till I was just saying this to you on the phone earlier today, till we can actually be in person. I feel like I know all the people from Zooms, and we've been doing this with COVID and not even met in person, which is nuts. But our first convention is going to be crazy with the love and the excitement. Thank you, Jen, so much for carving out time on Saturday on your ride up and just pouring into us. And I so appreciate you and grabbing Ken. That was a last minute thing that I didn't even realize was going to happen. So that's so fun. grabbing Ken and just pouring into us and getting us pumped up to do everything we can and get our land grabs. I'm going to call it that from now on. I think you're on mute again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We love you guys. We love you guys so much. And just let's do this together. It's a team. We can't do it without you guys. So we appreciate you. Courtney, thanks for getting this call set up. And just love you guys from the moon and back a million times over.
All right. Bye, Jen. Thank you. And I'm going to keep that thread going, y'all, through the end of the month. If you are not on the thread, and Melanie and JJ, y'all need to merge the threads because I'm not doing 2 threads over here. I can't handle it with my head here. But I'm going to throw out just some fun, like little incentives and stuff and try to just, you know, if you have something that's working, share with it. Because I do know that this group of people is all hustling towards goals. And I want to work with you guys and then pass that back to your teams. You guys are seriously future leaders and leading already, and just the people that are going to have these huge land grabs. And I love it. And I love that you've all been showing up and saying, hey, I want to hit this. I want to do this. How do I get there? What do I do? And I think that was a great call, and like multi-billion dollars, y'all. Does that not, like, when I hear that, and I have 100% belief in that, like, we will be a multi-billion-dollar company around the globe, like a household name. You know how people now, they see Lululemon, the logo, it will be Savvy, and that is happening, and we are at the very, very beginning. So I just really appreciate you guys pouring in on Saturday, and go blow it up. And yay, I'm excited. So have a great rest of Saturday, and let's end this thing big. All right, bye. And I recorded it if anybody wants it for later.
Thanks, Court. Bye, y'all. Good luck.